Hey guys, we're going to have a look at a bit of a unique chord, the sharp 9th chord. Now it's often also known as the Hendrix chord because Hendrix used it all the time. Now it's pretty unique in that it does not fit with any scale that's a standard sort of scale. So let's have a look at what's in that. Now the chord itself, we're going to play up on, let's go with the E version because it sounds cool. And we're going with the A string, 7th fret. Going to go back to the 6th on the D, back to the 7th, that's on the G, and then our little finger just tucks in nicely on the B on the 8th there. Now the cool thing about doing this in E is you've actually got E's on either end there, and really interesting chord. Right, so let's break it down a bit. What we've actually got there is, the first thing you notice is that's a major third. What's going on there? But then when we put this down, that's a dominant 7th. So you've got a flat 7th in there. So that's a little dominant chord. Really fun to play with in its own right. Now, what you've got going on in the intervals here, and that's what we want to look at, is there is a major third, alright, and that is a flat 5th, really discordant. So that's what gives that really discordant, funky sound to this chord. Now, should we play a 9th, that would be our 9th. All right. Now, interesting enough, what happens when we sharpen it is it becomes something else altogether. All right, so let's have a look at this. Now, because this is tuned slightly different, this string, we know that that's a flat 5th interval. That's going to be really discordant. Now, this interval is the same as a 4th. So it's actually got a really harmonious interval in it. When you look at this from that 7th note, it's actually a really, really nice sound. Now, what you've got stacked here then is major third, which is quite colourful. You've got the highly discordant flat 5th interval here, and then you've got this 4th, which is really nice. And then those intervals play off each other as well, because you've got this one is essentially a natural 7th, which is quite discordant, and then this, where you've got here, is just beautiful. But if you actually think about it, you've got a it's not really in the major scale there at all. So it's totally jumped in from elsewhere. All right. So really the interval is a flat third. So a sharp 9, flat third, same thing. So now we're starting to really stack a chord together and break it down and go, what's in this? Can we use it somewhere else? Now, I'm thinking yes. One of the more interesting modes that we'll come across is the Phrygian mode. And you might go, oh, you know what? That's got a flat 9 in it. And it's what happens if we start to stack and play around with these things, a flat 9 and a natural 9th, and let's get a bit weird. So if we actually go, all right, there's a beautiful 9th, flat 9th, very tricky. So if we look for that note, cool, that's an E. So we can hit that note there. And alright, let's go with a minor maybe, or a major, see what fits first. So we've got that one there, and then we also know that we can flatten this here. So we're going to have this very highly discordant little notes. Let's see if we can tuck it in to something. Ooh, very discordant. So what we've done there is we've played around with some intervals and gone, what happens if we just break all the rules? And I'm going to stack some things together and get some real discord. So it's a really cool little chord. Awesome. So that's what I want you to take from this lesson. Take the chord, the Hendrix chord, thrash it, it's great fun, but then have a think about how it's stacked together, and then look at some chords and start coming up with something new. We'll leave it there. See you next time.